Well, hi and welcome to my shop, and here we go on another radio, a really nice looking one. A little bit of trim hanging there, but otherwise another nice looking radio, European radio. This one is Graetz, Graetz, but they're all very similar in their look, size. Look at the beautiful cabinet on this. Look at that, eh? It's fantastic. And with any luck, the cord is inside here. Now, what I understand is that this is partially, excuse me, partially working. Don't know what that means exactly. I'm sure we'll find out pretty quick. Yeah, voila! The power cord is inside there. Pretty dirty, holy smokes. Pretty dirty inside too, very dirty. So I think it needs a little bit of a brush out. Yeah, I think I'm going to vacuum that out before we do any more. I couldn't even tell that was orange before. Now, the vacuuming out process also helps with inspection. As you work your way around, you're looking at everything very carefully, so it's not all about just vacuuming. But I didn't see anything unusual there. So let's give it a go, see what happens here. Keep your eye on the light bulb here. This one here. Now, looks like the set is switched on to... Wow, hard to see. Switched on to AM. Okay. There we go. I heard a very slight hum come out. Okay, I see the tubes lighting up. Ooh, volume control. Yikes. takes a long time to warm up on restriction. So let's put it on full power here. See what we get. Some crackling. Just giving it a moment here. Okay. Not much coming from this. Let's tune it around a bit. Hey, there's nothing. Maybe the push buttons aren't proper. Let me Ooh, it doesn't feel right. Push buttons are not locking. That one locked. Well, maybe that's what partially working means. Makes a few little clicky sounds. Now, I wonder if we can check the amplifier part of this. So I see on the back screen, record player 3, pin 3, and ground as the input to the record player. So we can use that. Pin 3. Pin 3. Which one would be pin 3 here? Let's take a closer look. No numbers, but if you count 1 to 5 in either direction, 3 is the top one. So we'll assume the top one. I think I've got it in phono now. Turn the volume down. Should expect quite a loud hum to come out of that. Put a smaller with my hand on it. No output. No output. Well, it could be a defective output too. Yeah. Well, looks like it's got to come out. It's got a panel on the bottom. Before I take it out, I'll open up the panel on the bottom and see what we can see underneath. And we can check for things like B+ and other stuff. Speaking of which, $280, $286. 257. Well, lots of B+. What about down in the radio here? Just looking for anywhere they might see the high voltage. Nothing. Oh, there it is. Around the output tube we see some high voltage. .92 volts there, eh? So there is some high voltage getting into the set. Could just be the output tube. Maybe that one's worthy of a test at this point already. Yeah, why don't we do that? Yow! Holy smokes! Never grab an output tube. Wow, that was hot. That's a lot hotter than I expected. That's a sign right there, isn't it? How hot is that tube? I don't even want to put it on my rubber mat here. That's unbelievably hot. 150. Holy smokes. 160, 150. I'm just reading it with my meter here. Here, have a look. $145 centigrade. That is really, really hot. So I'm gonna guess that maybe the grid has gone positive on this output tube as you're driving the tube like crazy, and that would explain its silence also. And the grid would go positive from a leaky or shorted capacitor. Wow, I actually got burned there. Son of a gun. That was way hotter than I expected, that's for sure. Okay, so we'll tip them up this way. That's in good shape. Feet are in good shape. Most of these European style radios have an access port underneath, which often gives you very frustrating access to some of the parts under there. The access hole isn't as big as you'd really might need it to be. Well, you can get most of the stuff. Hopefully we can get at the switch and clean it up so it'll work properly. Yeah, I actually got like a first-degree burn on my finger there on that tube. Wow, I don't think I've ever actually burned myself on a tube before. I've certainly grabbed hot tubes and had to drop them right away, that's for sure, but and if you run the tube hard like that, if that's what's happening, the grid is positive or something else is causing it to conduct a heavy current and get really, really hot, that might be, it might also be true the tube is ruined. Yeah, so this is the nice little porthole. Look at that. Has a here, let's take a closer look here. Okay, we're not likely to see too much there, or even too much along here. There's the switches in behind there. It sort of catches sometimes and not others. But I'm sure if I just throw some cleaner in there, we'll be back in business. Yeah, a lot of problems occur with these switches in these radios. Especially the on-off switch very often fails on them. So it doesn't look like anything funny's going on in here. I mean, I don't really know what it is I would see that I would even call funny. Maybe previous work. A radio like this the other day had 2 extra transformers jammed into it to accommodate some failed turns on the original power supply transformer. So yeah, you can find funny things in here, but this looks like nothing's been done to it. Okay. So if we look for the output tube socket, which is right in here, and we try to spot, you know what, the components are all up above. These are all the components right here. Let's poke around. I didn't practice the proper first aid on my burned finger and run and throw cold water on it. I should have done that because now it's really stinging. You see, I haven't been in my shop very much the last week. I'm out of practice. Okay. So we'll just check for a short across one of these capacitors here. Let's do it this way. That's an electrolytic one there. Okay, so that didn't help much. Now, this is an ECL86 or 6GW something. 6GW, I can't remember what that is. So, luckily the European label is here. ECL86. Or 6GW, probably 4. 6EFG. Hey, it's not in my book. There's no 6GW here. Yikes. That's a bit of a problem. That's a bit of a problem for me. What I want to do is determine which one of these pins is the grid on this tube. And then check back to find which capacitor is blocking the grid. Be a little tough without a pin out. Okay, so let me solve that. I'll just stop the video here. Okay, so pin 1 is the grid. Pin 1 is here. So we'll try to figure out to which of these components this terminal, this pin is connected. I'm not even sure I'm getting a contact there, though. That's the challenge here. Well, that appears to be the capacitor that's doing the job there. So that capacitor, let's test them now. Sure looks good. That's over 200 megohms. Hard to believe that that's leaking. So I'm just a little stumped here. Let's see, that tube is the equivalent of a GW8. 6 GW8. And I really don't have that. 6. In my book here anyway, 6 GW. Just check again. 6. Don't know why it would appear. It wasn't there last time. EFG. EFG. Nope. So the next question is, can I tube test this tube? I'll have to get set up for that. So, because I think we really need to resolve what's going on with this particular tube before we go much further. So that's what I'll do. I'll set up my tube tester and we'll test.